All right, shalom. Good afternoon, Boaz here. Well, out and about on this beautiful day. And, it got me to thinking. Anybody knows me, I'm from New York City, the greater metropolitan area I've lived for the majority of my life. And when I look at what's going on in the city today, as opposed to when I left 5 years ago, we live in a totally different world already. And I really do thank the Father for being able to receiving the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding and the blueprint to come out and live a separate life and to be self-sufficient. Because let me tell you, when I look at the city and I look at all that's going on in the city today, it's disheartening and it's shocking because it's like places like New York. I don't recognize it anymore. I mean, a buddy of mine from many years ago used to promote party, Brother Jay. And he put on a promotion flyer in New York City that you have to show proof of vaccination in order to go to the party. I was the type of person that I loved to, I wasn't a party type, I was more of a lounge type. SOBs, BB Kings, the Shark Bar, Soul Cafe. Those are the spots that I rolled in. Broadway plays, things of that nature. A lot of people used to go to Cancun or this and the third. That was my thing. That's what I like to do. Windows of the world, nice restaurants. That's how I enjoyed myself in the city. Everything was in the city for me to really, really enjoy myself. So I enjoyed those things. But now, in this day and age, you can't go to a bar without showing proof of vaccination. You can't party. Probably most of these events that I just now told you about, they probably have COVID jab requirements. And it's sad. It really is sad. Because life is changing right before our very eyes. And people seem to be just going along with the flow of things. It makes no sense. But then again, when you're conformed to the things of this world and you're not transformed through the renewing of your mind, this is how it happens. So this is why, again, and I'll tell over and over again, watch what people do. Don't watch what people say. You got all these fancy words and stuff, and people stuck up into the city, and they just as oppressed and depressed and obsessed and in debt as the person that they claim to be wanting to wake up. Peace is such an important thing. And again, talking to people out in the world and talking to people that's been through a lot of trauma, there's no peace. There's always some kind of drama. You ever talk to people? I guess, it's a strange phenomenon because a lot of people, and people go through things. I go through things. People go through their ups and downs. People have their personal challenges. That's okay. But overall, how is your life? Overall, when you wake up in the morning, are you inundated with drama, heartache, grief, stress? If you arguing with your wife and contention, arguing with your brother, arguing with your sister, going to work, that's not life at all. And I talk from, that perspective because, when I wake up, from the time that I wake up in the morning, the time that I go to bed, dealing with clients, having to deal with the children, overall, things are love. Everything is overall beautiful. You have some challenging people here and there, but again, overall, it's a peaceful life. It's a very peaceful life out here. And this is why you got to guard your peace and guard your health, because few people got peace and few people got good health. And so when you are in a situation where you have that, and again, so few people do, because, we live in a society today where people are just inundated with all types of traumas and fears and concerns and issues, stresses. And when you interact with those people, that spirit, that heavy spirit comes on you. This is why personally, I try to make sure that I even control who I talk to, how long I talk to them, everything. Because I'm telling you, people that are not at peace, they'll steal your peace. They're in such a state where they're so oppressed and depressed and obsessed with things that they'll turn right around and steal your peace because they're not at peace. It's a shame. It really is. And so, guard your peace, guard your health. We've been saying it over and over again. Do your best to get out the city, get around people of like mind. And people are doing that. People are actively doing that. And it's a blessing to see that people are actually serious. Because the vast majority of people, they ain't serious at all. They're inundated with a whole bunch of foolishness. And they want to bring that into your life. This is why out here in the country, you know what I'm saying, you be very careful who you spend your time with, who you invest in. Because, life should be about fulfillment, love, family, friends, becoming a better individual, being a valued asset to society. And again, you don't see a lot of people doing that because you can't be a valued asset to someone else if you're jacked up yourself. You can't be a person that brings value to a situation if you're inundated with a whole bunch of drama. This is why we tell people, stay away from people that ain't got nothing going on for themselves. If a person ain't got nothing going on for themselves, what value you think they're going to bring to you? They got nothing going on for themselves. Absolutely nothing. So therefore, they have no value. See, it's a sad thing that people, we can assign value to money. We can assign value to jewelry. We can assign value to a home. But we can't assign value to people. We live in a world where everybody's a queen, everybody's a king, everybody's a diva, everybody's precious, everybody's special, everybody, and that's just not the truth. That's just not the truth as well. You got human garbage running around, right? That is oppressed, depressed because of their own poor choices and decisions. And that's just what it is. And when it comes to your family and your friends, because that's where it's at, if you are trying to walk a higher power, you look at these people, what they're doing. Guard your peace. Correctly label people by what they're doing, not by what they're saying, and proceed on that function. Proceed on that path. Walk in that function. You want to be at peace. For very few people who have it and that live it. Because in this day and age, look at how jacked up people are. Peace is very important. Your health is very important. And being into these major cities and being around people that are self-destructive, that are confused, that are hurt, have no peace, you're not going to do nothing with them situations. Just like you ain't going to change your city. I mean, think about it. I'm going to change this city. I'm going to go and I'm going to change the city. It's like you ain't going to change a broken person. Only a broken person is going to change a broken person. You ain't going to change the system from the inside. It's broken. It's done for. It's finished. And it's important for you to understand that. For those of you who have peace and that live peace, and again, it's a very few people who do it and live it. Because your peace and your health is paramount. You can't be in a state where you're constantly stressed and you're being in the situations where people are stressing you. Because, especially in a marriage type situation, it's a sad thing to talk to brothers that are on their grind and that got it going on and handling their responsibilities and doing things. and you got Jezebel sitting at home stressing them out. That is one of the most horrible experiences that you can possibly deal with. But again, it's so important that people get out of situations, environments that are causing emotional, psychological, and physical harm to you. I mean, it's a blessing to live it. And very few people, they're used to living chaotic lives that it's the norm to them. It's the norm to be in a chaotic situation. And if that's not you, and you try and understand them, it's gonna be frustrating. Don't do it. Get out the city. Get out of these population centers. Get around people of like mind and precious faith that are not filled with a whole bunch of stress and drama. Because what's going to happen is that a person has a whole bunch of stress, drama, issues, trauma, confusion. What does the scripture say? A double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. You're dealing with unstable people. Get out of those situations. Leave those people alone. Withdraw your time, your energy, your effort, your resources from these people, because they're on a path to self-destruction. And deep down, a lot of people know it. A lot of people see what's going on in the cities and they know it, but they ain't got the heart. They ain't got the character. They ain't got the strength to do something about it. Hey, hopefully I was able to say something that was encouraging and that was thought-provoking, because we need to really, for folks who got their mind sitting up eating junk food and fast food all day, you can tell why people is stupid and jacked up in their minds. But it's important to understand peace, living it, doing it, and being around the others that are doing the same, and in an environment in which it can grow and flourish.